I've learned how to create table, how to create a database, and how to use database. So in this short tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a database in SQL Server. So this is how, after you have connected your SQL to your server on your desktop, this is the interface you're going to have. So the first thing we're going to do now is to create a database we're going to be using. So there are two ways to create a database, either through query or you through the icon. So let me go through here. In this database here, you can right click and say new database. You give it a name and say okay. That is the first way. So but I'm not going through that route now. So I want to create a database using a query. So I'm going to click on this new query. Then I have this interface. So using the syntax, I'm going to write create database. Then I'm going to give it a name. Let me say I'm giving it learn with Rita. Okay, let's say this is the learn with Rita. Okay, this is the database. I just click on it. I'm done. Then I'll run it and see what happens. I'll click on execute. Once I click on it, can you see command completed successfully? So I have successfully created this database name with Rita. So if I come here and I'm going to refresh, then I can see name with Rita here. I see that I've created this database. Alright, so we are going to continue. Now if you look at this list, you see master. I can easily select this line with Rita database to start writing query inside, but I choose to use a query to do it. That is where use syntax comes in. I'll now write use in this equation. I'll write use. I'll now put the database I want to use, which is learn with Rita. Alright, so I'll send the name. So this is the database I want to learn. Okay, the spelling is not correct. Alright, I'll correct it there, but let me just work with the name I have here. No wonder the thing didn't pop up. So with this, once I run this query now, you see what happens to this. If I run this query, this master here will automatically change to learn with Rita. Can you see it? It has changed. So from here onward, any query I'm writing now, I'm going to be creating the tables, everything here inside this database I created. Alright, so let me create a table. A table, just like in Excel, is the file name. Let's assume you are creating a file that contains your staff ID or just a staff file. So in SQL, it's called table. So I said, okay, let me create a table for my staff. This is what I'm going to do now. I'll write create. Or before I put this, let me put a comment. In SQL, you use double hyphen to put a comment. A comment is non-executable query in your query page. So it's just for me to give it a title so that if somebody is looking at my queries, you can be able to understand. So I just use this double hyphen to put a comment. So I just say creating a table. So let me now write the syntax for creating a table. Create table. I will now give it a name. Let me give it a name, staff. Then I'll open my brackets. Okay, so with this, I can put first name or what I want, staff ID. Okay, staff ID. It will be an integer, the data type, and I want it to be a primary key. Primary key, a unique identifier that identify a particular record in your table. So my staff ID will serve as my primary key. Then I will have another one, full name. But let me use first name, first underscore name. I will make it to be a varchar. Then highest your name can say I'll put let's say 30. If your name is too long, your first name is too long, 30 should be enough. Then the last name, last underscore name, still as a varchar. I'll make it 30, 30. Okay. Now when I was if you check here in this stuff 80, I put int and I did not put the size type the I did not put the size. So integer data type does not require does not take up size in SQL. So leaving it blank is best option. But if I put integer, if I put bracket here and put something like this, if I put something like this, uh, if I run this query, it will give me error. So integer does not allow size. So just leave it like that. So I'll put my staff first name, email address, email. Then this is to be a varchar. Also, varchar is for character alphabetical order. That's with 50. Then departments. Let me not make it too long. My department, the varchar. Then let's say 50. It's too long. Text is okay as the length, character length. Once I'm done with this, I'll put semicolon. I'll close my brackets. I'll put semicolon. Okay, let's run this query and see if what I did is correct. Department. All right, so let's see if the database can be created. If it's correct, so I've selected department. Okay, I've selected this, then I'll click on execute. Good. It's telling me incorrect syntax near department. And then for this to show me error, let me see where the error is coming from. Let's debug. Okay, see where the error is coming from. I did not put comma after email voucher size. Back here. Good. So one thing is to identify bugs, that is the error, and for you to debug it. So let's run it now. I guess it will be fine. Good. So by now I have successfully created a table called staff. So let's refresh from this end and click on table, database and table. Remember, we are doing it on learning with Rita. Then I'll click on table. Can you see I have created this? Can you see the stuff we created? Look at it here. Look at it here. So thank you for watching to this end. I know you have learned how to create a database, how to use the database, and how to create a table in that database. Subsequently, I'm going to add to this database and we'll learn from here. I don't want the videos to be too long. So see you next in my next video. Like, subscribe, and follow for more. Cheers. Bye.